Alright, welcome everybody to another episode of eBay Finds. Since you guys kind of liked the last one, I'll show you a couple of things I picked up recently. It's the old saying, if you've never seen something before, then that's the time to buy it. I've never seen a West German made Mattock before. So this is obviously a farming tool called a pick Mattock. And that's spelled M-A-T-T-O-C-K. And what it is, it's a combination tool where you have an A's on one end, that's A-D-Z-E, which is this guy, and then you have a pick on the other end. So it didn't come with the handle, but luckily you can buy that aftermarket without any issue. It says made in West Germany, 5 pounds. Couldn't find any other maker's marks on it. But it's in the condition that you would expect it to be in. And who knows how old it is. It's at least 30 years old, but it could be 50 years old. But what I'm going to try to do is actually restore this. I'm going to try to sharpen this end. I like to use this type of tool to actually remove stumps. I don't like to use an axe, because eventually you're going to dull it, and these are a lot more forgiving than an axe would be if you hit something like a rock. And it looks like somebody's already hit plenty of rocks with this before. But I think that'll clean up very nicely. I didn't really see, all the rust I see is just kind of a surface rust. It's not really any pitting or anything on there. But we'll have to measure the opening there and put a handle in there. And I didn't pay much for it. I think it was like $7 or so. And then a little bit more for shipping. So it was probably around like $12 for this. Okay, so here's the next thing. I would say it's an AEG Jigsaw FSPE 60. So this one's actually supposed to be, there's supposed to be something wrong with it. I think it's maybe one of the speeds doesn't work. You can see it's got variable speed. So there must be something wrong with the control board in there. But we'll try to tear that apart and repair it. Try to do looks like the only piece that's missing is the very top piece here. But I think I can design that and actually probably 3D print that. Would probably work just fine. But it's a pretty heavy duty jigsaw. It's got some weight to it. Probably weighs about maybe 7 pounds or so. And there's a table there for the different materials to cut and the settings for the stroke lever and then the speed. So if I ever get around to it, look forward to that one. So here's the last thing to show you guys. This is a really old Fein screwdriver. This is designed for industrial assembly work. So the thing about this is it's actually a 42 volt screwdriver. It's a low voltage screwdriver. So this puts out 42 volts. This is a transformer, obviously. I guess my hope is when I open this up, there'll be some taps in there for 110 volts. Otherwise, I can hook it up to 220. It's not a problem. Just need to get a different plug, of course. I don't know if Fein actually made their own transformers, or this was subbed out to some other company. But you can see there's the Fein sticker on the back. And it's definitely been rewired at some point on both ends. This looks like an extension cord that somebody modified going to the tool. And then this right here doesn't have the right fitting on it, or the right grip, cord grip. So if you remember back when I got those Fein catalogs, service manuals, this was actually one of the ones that was in there. So I have a full part schematic for it. And it looks like just from the outside, the only thing that's actually missing is there's supposed to be a hook here so you can hang it from a balancer. So these would have been hanging in an assembly factory, and then you just grab it, and it's got a very, very light paddle switch on there. Like it takes almost no pressure at all to engage that. But I can imagine at the time that they designed this, this was very state-of-the-art. It looks like, oh, that's the reversing switch, I bet. Forward and reverse. because if you look how streamlined and compact this was compared to the other tools of the day. But what's interesting is that they left the bit on here, and it looks like it might be a Belzer. Yeah, it's a Belzer 6mm hex drive, and looks like it has a collet on there. You know, just the other day I was saying I didn't really use these small hooker. Now this one is, I probably need a hook wrench instead of a pin wrench on this particular one, but I'll give it a try and see if it will come off. Otherwise I'll probably just have to buy the correct size. Well, it looks like this is unscrewing. Alright, so I'll probably just have to get the correct tool to take that off. I don't want to risk damaging it. But yeah, look forward to that one in a future video as well. Okay, that's going to about wrap it up for this one, and I'll catch you guys next time.